Captain Marcus Webb had seen worse places than the Trigaxian trading outpost, but not by much. The station orbited a dead moon on the edge of the Terminus sector, where the Galactic Council's jurisdiction ended and lawlessness began. He'd stopped there out of necessity. His cargo hauler needed fuel, and his crew needed a decent meal that wasn't synthesized protein paste. The cantina reeked of sulfur and something sweetly rotten. Dozens of alien species crowded the tables, speaking in languages that his translator struggled to decipher. Marcus pushed through to the bar where a Trigaxian with 6 eyes and mandibles that clicked rhythmically gestured at a holographic menu. "Fresh meat," Marcus said, pointing at the option. After 3 months hauling mining equipment through dead space, he craved real food. Whatever's good. The Trigaxian's mandibles clicked faster. What Marcus had learned meant amusement. "Fresh meat. Yes. The human wants fresh meat." 20 credits, Marcus paid without haggling. In places like this, arguing over prices drew the wrong kind of attention. He found an empty table in the corner, his back to the wall out of habit, and waited. 20 minutes later, 2 Krell enforcers, reptilian brutes who served as security for hire throughout the sector, emerged from a back corridor. Between them stumbled a small figure in tattered clothing, hands bound with plasma cuffs. Marcus's blood went cold. She couldn't have been more than 16 standard years old. Human. Dirty blonde hair matted with grime. Face bruised, but her eyes burned with defiant fury even as the Krell dragged her toward his table. "You're fresh meat." "Human," one of the Krell hissed, shoving the girl forward. She crashed to her knees beside Marcus's table. "Enjoy." The cantina had gone quiet. Dozens of alien eyes watched to see what the human would do. Marcus's hand instinctively moved toward the plasma pistol hidden under his jacket, but years of surviving the Terminus sector had taught him patience. He looked at the girl, then at the Trigaxian bartender, then back at the Krell. "There's been a mistake," Marcus said slowly, his voice level. "I ordered food." "That is food." The bartender clicked, mandibles spreading in what might have been a smile. "Fresh, young. Human meat is delicacy in 7 systems. You are human, yes? You know best how to prepare." The girl's eyes locked onto Marcus's face. She didn't beg, didn't plead, just stared at him with a look that said she'd already accepted her fate but would fight to her last breath anyway. Marcus had spent 15 years in space. He'd smuggled contraband, bent laws, and looked the other way when convenient. But there were lines even he wouldn't cross. He stood slowly, his chair scraping against the metal floor. "How much for her freedom?" he asked. The cantina erupted in chittering, clicking laughter. The Trigaxian's 6 eyes blinked in sequence. "She is not for sale. She is merchandise. Already sold. To you." "Then I'm returning the merchandise," Marcus said. "Refund my 20 credits. No refunds." The Trigaxian's mandibles snapped shut. "Transaction complete." Marcus nodded slowly, as if considering. Then his hand moved faster than most aliens could track, a genetic advantage humans had over many species. The plasma pistol cleared his jacket, fired twice. Both Krell dropped. Holes burned through their cerebral cortexes before their synapses could register the attack. The cantina exploded into chaos. Aliens scrambled for exits. Weapons appeared. But Marcus was already moving. He grabbed the girl, his combat knife slicing through her plasma cuffs in one motion, then flipped a table for cover as energy bolts scorched the air where he'd been standing. "Can you run?" he barked. "Try and stop me." The girl spat back, her voice hoarse but steady. They ran. Marcus laid down suppressing fire as they crashed through a side exit into the station's maintenance corridors. Alarms wailed. His neural implant lit up with his ship's location, 1,200 meters through a maze of corridors swarming with security. "What's your name?" Marcus asked as they sprinted. Sarah Chen. You?" "Marcus. Stay close." They fought through 2 security checkpoints, Marcus's accuracy and human reflexes proving superior to the hired aliens who stood between them and freedom. Sarah grabbed a fallen weapon and fired with surprising competence, dropping a Trigaxian who'd flanked them. "Military training?" Marcus gasped. "Colony Defense Force. Before the raiders came." Her voice cracked slightly. "I'm the only one left." They burst onto the docking level. Marcus's ship, the Persephone, sat 200 meters away, ramp still down. Energy bolts chased them across the deck. Marcus felt one sear past his shoulder, another ricochet off the deck plating near Sarah's feet. They dove into the ship. Persephone emergency launch, Marcus shouted. The AI didn't question, didn't hesitate. The ramp sealed as engines roared to life. Through the viewports, Marcus saw dozens of armed aliens rushing the dock. But the Persephone was already pulling away, her shields absorbing their weapons fire. They cleared the station's mass shadow and jumped to hyperspace. Only then did Marcus let himself breathe. Sarah collapsed against the bulkhead, shaking. Not from fear, but from the adrenaline crash. Why? She asked finally. You could have walked away. Could have eaten the loss and left. Marcus checked his shoulder wound, minor, would heal. He looked at the girl who'd been sold as meat, who'd fought beside him like a soldier despite being a prisoner moments before. Because that's what makes us human, he said quietly. Not our technology, not our weapons. The fact that when we see something wrong, we can't just walk away, even when it's easier, even when it's safer. Sarah's eyes, those defiant, burning eyes, finally showed something other than fury. Hope. Where are we going? She asked. Marcus smiled. First, you're getting a shower and a real meal. Then we're going to find the bastards who took you and make sure they never take anyone else. Because that's what humans did. That's what made them different in a galaxy where cruelty was currency and life was cheap. They gave a damn. And sometimes that made all the difference.